Hello, in this video I'm going to do a landscape painting, an easy abstract landscape painting. I'm going to use some of my granulating paints, and this is my palette on the right. I'm going to show you which brushes I'm going to use. I'm going to start with the Hake brush because it's nice and big. I'm going to use this number 10 round, and we're going to use this 1-inch Daler-Rowney brush. So, first of all, I'm going to wet the paper just with clear water. I'm just going to let it soak in afterwards as well. So, covering it all over with water because I'm going to be doing a lot of wet work. Then I'm going to leave it just to dry a little bit, to lose a lot of that sheen, for the water to really soak into the paper. The paper I'm using is Bockingford 200 pound, so it's quite heavyweight, and it's not 100% cotton. So now I'm putting on some of the granulating paints. I think I've mixed it with a bit of black. It's the purpley blue, and now I'm adding some of the blue granulating paint in this set. Now this will dry a lot lighter, and I'll need to go over it again later. I'm going to encourage the paint just to do its own thing at this stage anyway. Now I'm putting in a little bit of the permanent rose, and I'm going to let that bleed in with these paints as well. I just wanted that pop of colour there. And now I'm going to add some more of the blue underneath this pink area. And look at that lovely bleeding. Oh, I do enjoy that. So this is going to be the horizon line. And now I'm going to add in some of this lovely warm yellow. Any warm yellow will do. This is Hansa Yellow. But something like New Gamboge or Cadmium Yellow warm would work quite well as well. So again, I'm using the 1-inch brush. So this is the colours established now, and I'm going to work some more to get some texture. These are the trees. This is going to be the tree line here. So at the moment, I'm just using some of the black. I don't usually use black, but I've been using it mixed with yellow to make lovely greens. So I'm just starting off with the black, but I'll come in with the yellow on top later, and it will look more green tree-like later on. So I love the way the paint of the trees is diffusing in. Now I'm coming in with a bit of Brushos. I'm going to sprinkle it in the foreground, and I'll just let that do its own thing. Now I'm mixing in the yellow with some of the black to get the tree colours, and I'm going over the trees again with this. Now as I'm working, the paint is drying, so it produces a different effect. It's still spreading out, but not quite as much. Just get rid of some of the excess moisture off the edge there, because it can run and not look so good. I have allowed the first layer to dry, and I'm going to work some more. I want more drama in the sky, so I'm just painting all over the entire thing with Cerulean blue. It's a nice cool blue which suits this type of sky. And now I'm coming in with some of the black for a bit of drama. I want some dramatic clouds. This is like a summer's day when a storm is just coming in, or has just left. I'm just encouraging the paint to do its own thing. I'm just putting bits down and letting it spread out on its own. Spraying it with a bit of water, and I'm going to encourage it to run a little bit now. And that gives the feeling of rain coming down or on its way down. Adding some more black in those corners. That partly frames the painting. Encouraging those colours to run now. There's a lot of moisture on the paper now. Just mopping up the edge there. Now I'm putting some Brushos, and this is the black Brushos. I'm just sprinkling it in the sky area. Now the black Brushos has all sorts of colours in. And did take me a little bit by surprise. Got a little bit there in the foreground, which is a bit annoying. But I'll sort that out in a little bit. I'm just lifting it off with the paintbrush, but it does leave a mark. But that's okay because I haven't quite finished with the foreground anyway. So I'm going to go over it again with some more of the warm yellow. This really lifts the colour now. And calms down that Brushos effect I had in the foreground there as well. Putting that pink back in that bit of sky there I wanted. And now I've covered up the sky area and I'm doing some splattering with my paintbrush, and I'm using white gouache for this. And the paint is dry in the foreground. And now a few darker colours I'm coming in with. And now I'm going over the sky once again with the blue granulating paint. And over those trees. And I'm going to do some more work on the trees as well. Putting some more of the yellow in. This is the black and yellow mixture I'm using for the trees. I'm just going over those again. The paint is wet, so again it's diffusing nicely. It's dried a fair bit, and I'm coming in with some more splatters, this time using a hog hair paintbrush and the gouache. And it gives a finer splatter, which is quite effective. I think it's at this point I get a little bit on my lens. And now I'm doing the reveal. I'm going over the hairdryer to warm the tape so it peels off easily without tearing the actual painting. So where my hand is where there's a splatter on the lens. Well, that's the danger with filming when you're splattering. And the final piece is coming off now, and you'll see the reveal properly. I always like the effect of the white line around the painting. Now this is a painting that anyone can do, any ability, so even if you're new to painting with watercolours, give it a go, it's good fun. And there it is. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and I hope it's given you some ideas for a painting you'd like to do. Thanks for watching, bye!